Hello and welcome. In my last video, I stated I didn't have any plans to do a video unless something happened. And I take a small break and I noticed something when I checked my orders. I had two on one site. One, a short-term trade. The only place I'm short-term trading Bitcoin against the US dollar. I bought some Bitcoin, and it's just a very small amount, just because I'm only short-term trading it, which means Bitcoin went up, and I see 6,600. So I mean, wow, 3-4%. This is going to look good. I haven't seen it yet on the chart. And Neo, I had a sell order hit on Neo. I have not checked other exchanges. I do see that XBY. I have that up. It was like 500 beforehand. Now it's 526. As I'm looking at the Cryptopia page right now, so it's up like 4%. I'm excited. This is what I was showing before. Let's just remove all of this and let's look at, it doesn't really, well, Bitfinex is pretty good on intraday. Wow, cool. That is nice. So you have this correction removed, and this was like, oh my goodness, waiting and waiting. One thing I wanted to say in the video, and I think there's maybe a 2% chance I might have said it. I only watched the first like 4 seconds of my video to make sure the sound works, and then, oh, it's good, and then I just upload it. So if sound screws up after that, then I don't know. Just another FYI. And sometimes I'll get notified midway through from my program that it does that too. But I haven't had that problem in a long time, as you can see. So the move is beautiful. It was like waiting and waiting, and I was just saying, you know what? It's Sunday. It's probably going to work out on Monday that it's going to make its direct correctionary, or not correctionary move. It's going to make its decision move, because it was like a more of that D-Day situation, decision day. Oh, we made our decision. Oh, where was the intended target? Well, the lower end is 65.70. It's reached that. The upper end is 68. It hasn't reached that if it is. And you can even make a case up to 68, 65. Is there anything higher? No. So making it to the next level just by where it came from is 68 mid-change. And of course, it's already reached its conservative. Let's just remove this so we can see more of the screen. Okay, so let's look at this. Let's just go back each level. I got the hour here. Let's do hour, and I'm probably going to see just this because not much time passed. What time is it? It's 10:41 a.m. Eastern, now 42. And it's July the 2nd. So it had its move. This is the hourly time frame. Wow. Happened a long time ago. Well, it's been that long since I checked my order. Okay. See, what I was doing beforehand, I made 2 videos. That's all I didn't, I checked my orders in the morning, yada, yada, not much happening. So now I realize that this just didn't happen like 5, 10, 15 minutes ago as I was first anticipating. Okay, this is nice. 15-minute time frame. This is almost like a reaction video to how I see a market. That's what I like about this format. So we got this nice, quick little symmetrical in shape. So it's going to definitely come down to 1 now. I like that. It's pretty cool. So then we'll see this more further. It's obviously now made its move to a level, the lower end of where you'd expect it to go. It has decent upside potential, and it's moving into a now what question mark situation. How is it going to digest the move? The last time it digested this, wow, now what situation? We had this entire weekend of going sideways. Okay. And then, of course, because of that long digestion, we were reaching a long critical point. You could even say, I mean, like July 1st, 10 a.m. yesterday, a holiday in Canada. It's a Sunday. And then you have this. So nice little bit here. So you're well extended from this 18. So you're in a nice haywire situation. This is where market conditions state. It's not a surprise if this thing just bursts up well past 67 in the next 9 to 20 seconds. That's not a surprise. Where back in here, it was a huge surprise. But that's where we stand. There's people that would be looking for profit taking. Oh my goodness, I can sell some Bitcoin. Actually, I sold Bitcoin because I bought USDT, or TUSD rather. So I sold Bitcoin for US dollar rather. I didn't buy Bitcoin, I sold it. And just to let you know how much I sold, it wasn't much. I gained 53 TUSD, so $53 of Bitcoin I sold. It's a very low amount short-term trade for me. So then, what do I do as far as my trade's concerned? Well, if this is going to pop down to this key area, I'm going to be looking to put a buy order in at around 6,400. So I'm going to pause the tape and actually do such right now. And basically what I do is I see the area that I'm looking where I'd want to put a buy order. But if I was doing this against a tether, it'd be easy. I just put like 6,402 or something, put the amount in, done. And then find out what you, and then find the amount out. It was mathematical for me. I'm looking to buy, I think it was $33 worth. A little less, but it's all mathematical that when I get there, I want my TUSD to be worth exactly this amount of Bitcoin. And to do such, I need 33 US dollars worth. So yeah, that's basically what I do. Now I'm going to put sell orders in. Up here, which would be a buy order on the other side because it's the opposite of the chart. And because of such, I did one to that is 6,400. So in TUSD, that's 15,600. So I got a sell order a few Satoshis above that number. Now I'm going to have to check for sell orders. Thereafter that, I'm going to have to check NEO. Then I'm going to have to check my orders on all my other exchanges after that. And so then I like how this is moving up. Let's look at this. This looks very bullish. I think it might just have a potential to break the 67 relatively soon. Let's just go right to the 1 now. I mean, we know. Okay, so yeah, this has placed a level of resistance at precisely on the Bitfinex exchange at 6,648, not counting decimals. It had that small pierce above, so it's got that range now to 6681. So resistance has now got a rectangular box of about 33 points. That makes it really interesting if price action can manifest itself in such. And this is what you'd be expecting. Could happen soon, like now, like 5 seconds from now, 5 minutes from now, all that type of stuff. That by going into this, it's got to make that decision to either fail the resistance test and probably see what we've seen a few times before with the red moves down. But on the break of it, that's when you're seeing moves like we saw at 9:27 a.m. So as I was doing the video, I was not even realizing that the Bitcoin rally was moving into form. Now, I could easily have the Bitcoin price available so I could see it any time. But you know what, though? I have to sleep every night. I have to do other things and go out at times. I trade my market so that there's nothing wrong with taking many hours away. But if you don't look at if I don't manage my portfolio and I do 2-3 days without managing it, that can really cut a lot of gains from such. And sometimes this can work lucky too, because let's just assume you're looking to, oh my goodness, it's time to buy this at whatever price, say 500, but you didn't do it on a Monday, and then you waited till Wednesday and it's 420. So, I mean, that's a situation where it can work out that way. Anyway, yeah, so in this range, that's when I would expect such to play out. Obviously, if this thing is going to correct, well, Fibonacci would most likely work out that it would come in towards here, but I'm just put the key level. But I'm going to use Fibonacci for trying to figure out where do I want to go from here. Do I want to sell at the upper end of this range? Probably not, because I think that it could very easily break that. And if it's, and I've already got a sell order just recently. Question is I don't even care where I sold at. It's really irrelevant to me. I'm just going to keep on playing the numbers game. So then, let's take a look at where we have the potential to go. The story on the daily is really interesting. This low is tested, and it was still a lower low. That's what's important. How it looks, I don't care. It's still a lower low. It rides the 18 lows, so it's a super strong. If you can get to the lows and quickly move to the highs, which I think I showed in the last video, or a previous time frame of some sort. I remember showing it today. It didn't do that, but it didn't also not find support. Thus, it found support, because that's what I've talked about so many times. Oh, no support, no support, no support. Yes, support. So that in itself is like, oh, okay, just a little bit different here. That doesn't get you out of the woods by any means. And getting the 18 lows doesn't too. Oh, quickly this is where I've probably seen it. Quickly gets to the 18 average of highs in this case. That's very strong. And then you give yourself, albeit on a Sunday, a pause day. I'm trying to get the word. It's pause day. A pause day is after a significant up or down move. It really does not much the next period. A pause period, basically, which is almost strong for the momentum. So an up, it's strong, down, it's weak. And of course, now it's made the statement via getting above the 18. This is the first time it has done so within this bear run from the May highs. Okay, it's the statement. It's got a lot of work to go. First thing you want to do is you want to look at Fibonacci. And this is where I'm going to go on in my head. We're right at Fibonacci support long term. So I'm just going to recalculate the 6,000 and 20,000 levels. And really now it's going to be like no, it's got to be 6,000. When I have there's two ways I pick Fibonacci lows and highs. One, a key bottom or low. Like the first one, whatever this low was back in February, obvious. But when you retest a key level, you have to really go with what was the big level of support. And I do deem this a pierce above given this action. So I'm going to keep it at this low and go 6,000 even. The high was practically 20,000. So it makes it for very easy math. I used to have the lines in here, but it's a nuisance to continuously draw on this thing and then have to remove the drawing tools, and then I can't keep the lines on. I wish there was a way I could lock the horizontal rays on and then remove all the other drawings. Maybe there is, I just don't know how. 79.72. Should have remembered that. That's a realistic target. That's where, if it's going to make a play, it's where we want to see it make a move to. But that is still about a 50% retracement. That is not a standard leg higher. What do I mean by standard leg? Well, I use the three little bears ideology, where the porridge or the bed has got to be, it can't be too soft, can't be too hard, can't be too cold, can't be too warm. It's got to be just right. It can't be too low, can't be too high in this case. So I need a leg higher that's in significant form. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Fibonacci from here to here, just for a shorter term level to state, okay, if you're going to make a move, you be in the market. I want you to get up to the 38.2% level and show me that you're not going to harshly sell off from there. So what is the 38.2? Let's get a calculation in. We'll use a high in at 99.90. That's easy to remember, especially if you think of something like Wayne Gretzky. He wore all 99s. 57.55. That's a big difference. The 38.2 is 71.05. So this to me is the big number. Now short term, the first break is a 65.55. And of course it's going to help for me to put the horizontal ray in each line right now. So we'll do that now. Close enough. Actually just a bit down lower. You know what? Close enough. There we go. What's only a point off? And we got 71.5. do a little higher. Close enough. A little. Actually, it pierces above, so I'm just going to do a little higher anyway. If I'm going to do it this way, yeah, 71.30. So I got the key numbers, and it just happens to work out that the 38.2 is at a very big low. I don't know why it keeps doing this over and over. Instead of trying to figure out, all I just say is it does. Okay. So then let's bring this back again and take a look at this on a short-term level. So we see it came to a level that it was supposed to resist at, and it didn't. This is cool. This is cool. What do I know about situations in which you don't find resistance at a level that you're supposed to? Now, this could be a pierce above resistance and fail from here, and I'm going to count it as such. That's, like I state, oftentimes it pierces extra. So that's what it could be doing too. So we got to keep that in play. We see short term right off the bat that the period thus after the big gain, it supported that level with that of a, yes, a pierce extra. 1 minute again. Actually, I'm going to do something like the 3 minute for this example. Yeah, that's much better. So in this case, we can see it's done the support on this level. If it's going to find this mark, when we look at this on the longer term, I'm not going to move it to like the 30-minute and hours, but within that time frame that we're looking at, short term to me only comes handy really when you have these big wild moves, and that's what we're having. So therefore, if this is able to continuously find support a little bit below and above the 6,500 and this line area, then that's telling me it's doing one of the things that's less common than the resistance, and that is supporting it. And when you're supporting it, that means it's making a statement in the support that yes, we are not going to resist this mark, we be in the market again, and that we're going to make a move to the next level, which of course has been deemed in at 7,100 right now. And I think that's, and then after that, it's a 79.95 as we were looking on the more longer term, but we're looking short term, intermediate term kind of deal, really short term within this type of analysis. And for my trading, it's a short term trade as it is anyway. And yes, my sell order is going to come in at that 71 number when it comes down to it. But I'm going to go through the analysis first. The only reason I would rush into pausing the tape, quote unquote, is if I see it skyrocketing now. It's not doing that. But one of the things that's got the potential, I'll now make the time frame say the hour. Actually, we'll go 3 hour. Is making that run up towards it. Because to me, I see, like I stated earlier, I only see resistance here being that, okay, so we go to the lower state. We've now done a bit more. The maximum, I think, like this extra pierce above would get to would be this like around the 67 number. But if this area is not the resistance, then I don't see much resistance in this little range in here between the high and the 71.30. And remember the pierce extra, it would make more sense that this thing would probably, if you wanted to go for an aggressive sale, at least that's how I play the fib game, 7,300. Your own risk, your own reward for everything that you do. If I probably said that at the start. If not, that's the disclaimer stated here. Okay. So that was fun. And yeah, when it has a fast move to the next level, that means I would expect 71.30 to happen fast when it's all said and done. It had great support here amongst the 18. If it's going to have any sell-offs, I'd be looking for a time frame like this to see it correct within such as well. So early on, of course, the previous level of resistance. Let's next look at NEO. And I mean, look at all the greens on here. This is looking sweet. So my portfolios went up like a decent amount this morning. But to me, it's all neither. Yeah, I mean, it's not like you're going to do anything with it at that point. So it's kind of meaningless that, oh, I'm worth this much more or this much less. It's a long-term game. Nice move, nice move, nice move. I will check what I sold this one at. And if I have any new orders since I've done this video. So I'm going to pause this tape quickly. And my number is 54.95. So I'm selling just a little, I sold rather, microscopically above where price action's at now. And that's what I do. I mean, buy back right now, if it comes down to it, I'm looking back at where it came from, 61.8% down, and it appears to be low, 61.8% down from this high to this low. I'm not going to calculate that yet. If I were to do a fast one right now, if it goes down fast, I'll take 50. Think of this as a real world buyer and seller where you're trying to be like a pawn shop buyer. You got to respect the fact that you can say, I'm not going to buy it for anything more than 50 right now. That's just how it is. If you give me 50, I'll take it now, and you are firm upon that action. Now, granted, if you can persuade, I mean, we can barter, but bartering in this sense is showing me a message of the market later that I want to buy higher. And there's really a couple ways of that. One, market correcting lower, stating it's time to buy. Or two, this thing just goes up so much higher, I'm just looking to sell, and then now I'll buy at 53 or something. That's a basic idea. So as this daily time frame's concerned, what do I notice on this? It's a bear market rally. These are very, very hard to trust. But at this short-term time frame, this bear market rally can come up to about the 60 level. This could be also the start of this great a change in market where, I'm going to remove this so we can see full screen. This could be start of a great new bull market, because I talk about turns like a game like best reference is Magic and Risk. Those are the two best references where you have your turn and you pass the dice. You passed your turn basically. And in this case, it's been obvious. Okay, so from January, or from this early December into January, bulls had an incredible turn. Then the bears have been coming into play since April Fool's Day. And the April Fool's Day rally lasted a month to May 1st-ish or so. Now we're July 1st or so. Are these altcoin rallies going to be real? Question mark. Now what situation? I say this as a trader. The evidence has got to show me that it will. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But I realize at some point the bears, that their team have had the dice for a duration of 2 months. It can be longer and it can be over. That's the only two choices at this stage. Because it's a two-player game with, you can say, a referee like in the middle, a third will just count as neutrality. But the only other turn after bears, in this case, are down, is bulls are up. So I'll look for settings like this. Last time when it did its rally, it only had really one leg higher when it's all come down to it, in an overall decent game. And even on a more long term, you can say that, you know what, I'm not even going to count the April Fool's rally. It's been straight down from January through now. It's been about a half a year. And from this key high to this low, this is just a more of a shorter term key low and a shorter term key high amongst the bigger picture. As of course was all of these choppy movements from the August highs and then the December lows. And of course, these lovely choppy movements is what I am admiring and looking for as a trader. So to think that I've been enjoying this movement going down, well, yes and no. Yes, because I'm playing the game, buying low, selling high, adding these extra shares, seeing my portfolio go down, and I know it's going to do the down and up situation. Okay, that's fine, but I really do enjoy these spots where I can get these up and down movements. I really do. I mean, that's just one of the that's the best part of the game for me. And that's anyway. Okay, so then I got a line at 67 too, so that's a key level right there. If it's going to have a fast move, I know that's where it's going to go to. And right now on the hourly time frame, this is a spot where if you're looking to buy 18 lows, you're like, okay, we barter on the 50. If you want to play at a more short-term level, we're now looking at it probably doing something at least like this, where it's going to pierce below. Which would mean right now I would be looking, well, if you order 18 lows, it's just going to naturally go higher anyway. So 53 handle, somewhere around there. It's rounded. I mean, I don't know where do we stand right now? Yeah, 53, somewhere around here. And if you really want to get technical for where it came from, maybe you want to go 52.8, 52.7, even as down as 52.4. That's a little more aggressive, but that's aggressive for the very short term because after 52.4, I don't want anything until 50. So then, for my next sell order, I'd like to sell for just small gains personally, but at this point, I'm not going to settle for small gains. I'll take 67. I'll sell some at 67, but that's not much lower. I'll even go below like 649. But if the market settles down for a little bit, don't be surprised, especially definitely if a buy order comes in. Don't be surprised if I scalp some at like say 590. But I need the market to settle down a little bit before I want to take a price point at that. So what I would do is place an order probably at about 649 area, 654, 659 even, somewhere in that ballpark area to sell. Again, I've already mentioned the buy. I'm going to manage this later and just keep an eye on it, so I'm not going to adjust my orders as of yet. Let me just pause the tape and see if there's anything else I should look at now. And 3 trades have been made for me on Binance. So I'll take a look at these 3 codes as well. And this is normal. I mean, go long periods of time where you're getting little to no trades. And then you're going to have situations, especially when you're playing several dozen crosses, where you're just going to go through trade after trade after trade. So I'm going to look at, now, DNT and Cloak, I traded yesterday. I got my buyback. I was like, you know what, I just got to buy it back. Just play safe. When you're not sure of the market, the play was to buy back, so I did. Pretty much at the conclusion of that video yesterday. An ADA USD, that order's been in for a little bit, but it went through. But we can see all going on, 923, 928, 1018. This is so common to have all those times influx very closely together, especially we have like say 4 or 5 around the same time, then a nice gap of maybe a half hour, and then you have 3 or more in like a 15-minute time frame. It's extremely common. Okay, so let's look at Cloak first, and let's work it up. So Cloak I sold at 79.89 against Bitcoin. Okay, so you're basically getting how I do the markets when situations like this happen. Okay, I don't remember numbers well. I already mentioned that just recently. 8,000. That would be the easiest way to remember it. Nice, not bad. Although I could have got better, but still that works. Up to 74 now. Remember what I said just recently before about NEO, how it had the bear market rally and it's hard to trust? And you can see yesterday, like, oh my goodness, look at that. It goes above, well above the 18 highs, its best rally it's had, and then it doesn't even hold the 18 lows, or even let alone the closes. I mean, I want to see it hold the closes to the highs. I don't need the highs, although that's nice. I'll settle if it has a good move above. And in this case, I don't have the 18 closes on it, but I don't need it. It's somewhere in the middle, and you can tell if it's technically speaking, the 18 average of closes in markets where it goes straight down like this is relatively close to the 18 average of lows, actually. But the middle is always fine with me. So what's the market done today? Since that move, while it's had the decent pullback, it looks like a 61 to 76.4 short-term pullback. Let's do single hour before we go 15. Yeah, it was one of those moves. So I end up buying back in here. I mean, safety first, I guess. Risk-reward management job number 1. So now, as a buyer, I'm looking to put a buy order probably back in this key area here between 65 to 68. And I know what I'm going to do here. 65, so that's just 60, yeah. Pierce below, yeah, 65. What's that work mathematically? Oh, for sure. So let's just, because I'm going to place my orders later, and I don't remember numbers well. I like to remember one below Merrill Lemieux. That's how I would do it, literally. Merrill Lemieux wore number 66 in hockey, so that's, I can't think of any 65 in my life right now that makes sense. I do like how it's moving up. Now, as far as my next sell order, I've already got a good one as it is. So I got that handled because of the strategy where I place one sell order. If I'm selling for a 20% gain on my first one, my next one I'd be selling for like a 40% gain. If I'm playing shorter term, I'm looking for like say a 5% gain, then my next sell order would be about 12, 15%. That's basically it. So I realize if markets are moving, I don't have to rush my orders in, or if I'm sleeping, it'll do what I would want it to do in that normal sense that way. Okay. Nice on the 15. So the fifth, as you can see, 1 hour makes it like, okay, it makes it difficult to read how it's doing the spike above and everything. When you look at the 15 and you're trying to find the time frame that works, which is what I'm doing, this is sweet. We see it trying to leave or make a move above it, showing that the rally time frame doesn't seem to be over yet. This still could be making a lower high or matching high-ish kind of a top, like double top type formation before it rolls over, but it's always a could be question mark. Short term, I'm looking this to have a decent size move higher. So now I gotta say to myself, do I buy back immediately for the move? Well, if I'm selling at 79, I'm buying back at 74. I'm only getting a differential about 7-8%. So the answer is no. I'm not going to do it. Now, being at the stage, this is where I wish orders could be if set based. I would love it as a trader if I could do it. On the event of completion of sell order, place buy order for so many of this coin at such a price. That would be so cool. And then you can see why it would work. Because if I could have it set, okay, sell order here, and if it comes back, I want you to put a buy order here. And then I would check and I would see my orders. I would see two of them. I would see sell order and a buy order fill, and I'd be like, sweet, and then I put a sell order here at about 83.90ish or so, or 82.95, somewhere around that area. I put a sell order, and I'd be raring to go, and that would be that. Okay, that'd be a cool feature. And if it's available somewhere and that actually was available, please let me know. I mean, that is one thing I want to do, and I'm going to talk about great ideas. Make an exchange that just, because literally I've always felt the same about every single exchange, because no exchange has ever done anything to do anything more than just lock funds up for different times for multiple different reasons. That's it. I've always had access to my funds, but there's always been reasons why I love and hate every exchange, or the advantages and disadvantages. And well, no exchange having this is definitely one of them in that case. But yeah, so that's what I see about this. Oh, this guy signed a guy named Tavares, and that's Braden Shanahan to the right. Don't know why it does that. Yeah, okay, anyway, I got other markets to look at. So let's look at the next one, which is ADA against the fiat currency. Nice little up move there as well. Let's find where I sold at. 1478. Currently, oh nice, it's even higher. 1478 was up in here. And that's just going to come with the game. It came back to that level. Okay, so when would I have bought last on this? Probably down here. Okay, so I'll be putting a sell. I'll be now looking on the daily. Let's remove this. I don't know why that happens. I really don't. It used to, when I had weakness with the Wi-Fi, it happened a lot. Then I fixed it. Wi-Fi has been amazing since I done so, and now it's just starting to. So that sucks. I got a backup one ready to go anyway, so that's good. Like I can fix it immediately. Those things are crazy. I don't like them, but anyway. High. What do we got in this high? We got 3885. And the low, you know what, Binance is awesome because they actually have a line on there which actually tells you what the key highs and lows are. So you can literally, I mean, it's so amazing. The only thing is you can't scroll the charts too well, at least on the basic charts. I actually like the basic format for placing buy and sell orders, so that's what I use. Low is 11.35, and you want to talk about, say CoinFalcon. If you are trading on that, I mean, it's so small, but their basic one is terrible. It can actually make you mistakes, or it can make you overbuy and oversell if the bad situation. Thus, traders like me would get the better end of that stick, where I'd be selling stuff like XBY right now. I got a sell order probably around 700. So someone can make a mistake and buy, and if I sell at 7 now, sweet, I'm buying at 535 right now. Anyway, so we got a low here at 11.359. So we're looking at 15.23 followed by 18.21. And if I would have seen that more, that was a mistake on my part for not having a sell order for this price now. That's fine. 38.2, we're at 18. That's why I want to do more videos like this. I mean, it motivates me for working it a bit better. 18.21. So I'd be looking for a Pierce Extra somewhere around here. If, of course, this is going to be that of, okay, first time you're above the 18 of days since the April Fool's rally fail. Okay. And then shorter term, it's all basically showing the same thing. Looking at this on, I would be looking to buy right now. I'm just going to play the safe game. 61.8. So for now, I'm going to probably put a buy order. A lot of times I'll just look quickly. That's really what I do. It is easy and it is still effective. So I'm looking to buy right now what I sold back at about 125. I'll look for the equivalency of a 61.8 rally. Now, obviously, if another sell order comes in, say if I sell at the 17 and change mark, and technically speaking, the best time to sell next would be around 18 and change, then I'm going to put a buy order probably back in around 13.3, somewhere around here, 13.4, somewhere around here instead, in both places really. So that's how that would work out. And now to another, where's my, right here. So what do I want to do for buy order? We'll do 125, and for sell 3,800 and change, or no, 18 change. So that's how good I remember numbers. 18.21. $185 for the sell. So that's what I'm going to do for buy and sell. I'm going to probably sell next about 185, 125. Let's look at District DNT against Bitcoin, sold at 606. Holy wow. 606. Okay. That did really well on the 3 hour in hugging the 18 average for about 4 consecutive periods after its beautiful move here. Now here's another mistake, and when I say mistake as a trader, this is where you look at when you move on and you look at how can I make myself better, and I'm my own biggest critic here. Originally that was fine to do because of the lower high rally. Adjust to the message of the market, and when you adjust to what you've seen period ending 5 a.m. then you realize, oh my goodness, this can go. Now, with that being said, I would have been in an interesting situation right now had I been at that, because I would have had probably put my sell order up to like 638 to 645 area. A decent pierce below, rather a larger pierce below. I was looking more towards the lower high correction after making my buy order, which is still fine. I'm going to now be looking to put my buy order back in probably around 5.25. And really, when I get to the Binance order page, I'll see the chart so well. It only takes me like 5-10 seconds, as you can see, for me to figure out quickly just the best quick spot for where to go. And quick spot here, you're looking next, if we're going to have a fast move, you got to think 800. But when you're seeing situations like this, there's nothing wrong with, I mean, when it goes out of hand, I mean, it just can go crazy. So that can happen at any time. And like all the cryptos, is it going to be able to hold such a rally? I'm going to do another check, because I still got one other exchange to check, and if there's anything new in the last like 20 minutes or so. And I actually sold ADT against Bitcoin as well too. But I've already looked at ADT. I did ADA, didn't I? What ADT? Yeah, this is a totally different coin. I sold 229 ADT. This is add token on Bittrex. Okay, so I'm up 11 basis points. Did I get the high? I did. Okay, for now anyway. Buyback. I'm going to have to pause the tape on this one. What do we got here? 182? What? I don't want to go 200, no. Do I want to buy 210? 19 basis points? Not really. I don't trust this bull market. Okay. I don't need to pause the tape now. Basically, the reason why is, do I trust buying down here? And the answer to that is no, I don't. I'm just going to let it roll through. At lowest, I'm buying at previous low at 186 right now. For my next sale, that's not what I wanted. So we're looking at 265, then 333. So probably 265 is the next sale. Which is going to be and I'll know what that means myself. I should probably just use Notepad, but it's easier, but whatever. And there was no trades on the other exchange. I got about 6 or 7, 8 crossings there. And I looked at them yesterday. I'm like, man, none of the buys or sells are even close from hitting. And I haven't had a trade there since Blackcoin on like a couple days. So now I'm going to next quickly look at the market space and then end the video. And we're over 40 minutes. Oh man, I'm not surprised. But the plan when I started this, oh, let's look at what I've traded and then just look at this state here. What's down? Well, obviously TUSD is down. That's not a surprise. And nothing else is down anything. Silver's down. What the hell? I'm going to just quickly look at this. Not a big number, but it's broken key level. And it's just making a test move down this previous low. Man, if you could time a move where cryptos can go up nicely, even up to like 8, 9, 10, 12,000, and have silver maybe come down for maybe a few weeks and whatever at the 14.5 level. And then maybe it can stabilize there for, yeah, it's like 10, 20, 30 days, JP Morgan. And then cryptos go up. I might just make a nice little buy order. But anyway, I'm looking at cryptos and I just don't see anything down. Not surprised. Neo's up, Cloak is up, Core. Okay, it's moving, approaching to its previous high. CMT continuing on. I talked about that. Most the sellers are the ones on top. EOS, I got to be getting a sell order fill for that's pretty soon. So that's due to sell. I got to think for me. Tron, I missed out on that. See, this is where if I had a sell order at the 18 of highs, I would have got the perfect hit. But obviously my sell order was higher than that because it didn't hit. ICX, I got some of that, so it's got to be getting close. NXS, do I even own that? There's some of these I'm looking to buy, and I don't mind missing out because I figure if whole crypto space goes and some of the charts I'm waiting to buy back cheaper, my theory is that a lot of these, well, first of all, the Bitcoin that I sold, any altcoins that I got out of, were all put into other altcoins anyway. So as long as the crypto space goes up, if I have any coins I miss out on, and I don't even know if I have this or not at this stage, I really don't. It's almost like 50-50. I sold out of about 3 or 4 that I got buy orders just waiting to come into play. VN, this is something I don't own, I don't think, that I'm just waiting. I just have it on here because if it's available for trade, it's almost like it's like a game. Do I ever want to play, like, literally, like I mentioned before, I bet like whatever $40-50 on a day trade. What happens if I want to put like 2,000 or 3,000 or $4,000 on a play? And I'm like, okay, I want to go long here. I got to stop at like 265, and I'm going to try to sell it all at 311. I've only done that once all year, and I lost 2%. And that's how I started trading. So I learned a lot via that of Brian Shannon from Alpha Trends, who's been doing these chart videos of stock market mainly since 2007 or 6. I started learning in 07, but I don't trade anywhere near his type of strategy. Or maybe somewhat close, but basically I made his ideas my own. And that's what I hope a lot of people here do with my videos, is make my ideas your own. Nice little setup here on AMP on the 3-hour time frame. ADT, of course, I sold. QTUM, I got this against the US dollar. So I probably would have a sell order around, I think it's 949. I think my memory, which shouldn't be able to remember it, but it makes sense that's where I would go. NEM, obviously it didn't sell. I probably might have it close to the 29.46. I haven't sold any Litecoin recently. I mean, why would I sell here? This is, okay, maybe it's going to find resistance at this top, but you know what? After making a move to 84 and change twice, I don't respect 86 as a good sell spot. So it's no surprise it hasn't sold, at least against the US dollar. ADA I've already covered. Library credits, obviously it's just breaking out of its choppy move. Dash didn't sell for me, so I'm trading this against the US dollar. Stellar Lumen, I'm trading this against the US dollar as well. So really, this didn't trade? Well, I'd put yeah, it makes sense. I mean, my seller would be around 22.5. That's where I'd put it, right around here. That makes sense now. Bitcoin Cash, I don't got much. I got a normal amount, I think. But you can see I've been a seller right here, so it's not hit. Factom I'm out of. I got out of this, I can't remember when. I can check the price, but I'm not going to. Verge, I'm trading this against I'm not trading this against Bitcoin. I'm trading this against the dollar, I think. I don't have any ontology, but it's nice symmetrical triangle D-Day situation coming into play here. NXT, I do have NXT. What am I trading it against? Either the dollar or Bitcoin. I can't remember. Either or. ETCs, I'm trading against the dollar. And it's got to get at least up to previous high for me to sell this. So I know that's going into play. Ripple, I am trading against the dollar. So it's got a nice little setup. So this is what I mean about making a play. Leaving the 18, if you made the play at 47, you're off to a good start. Do you take the chance now another almost a penny higher? Are you looking for a pullback, thus put a buy order at 47? That's what I talk about as making a play. Oh, let's put 3 grand on a buy order at 47. If it hits, I'm going to put a stop down below, say, 44. And I won't put a stop there. I'll just manually sell at 44.3. and then I'll look to see what my upside target is and then manage how much I sell. Maybe I sell half at a particular position and then adjust the message after that, so on and so forth. I've only done that once. I don't plan on doing it today. Litecoin against Binance, I am trading, so I'll probably be looking for a move up to here. Ethereum against the US dollar, I'm trying to get a buy order, so that's not going to work right now. I do have Ethereum on other crosses, though, including against Bitcoin. QTUM, I got against dollar, I got it against THC, I'm trading against Bitcoin, and it's got a nice bullish pattern. ARK, I'm trading against Bitcoin at 2, has got a pattern. Feathercoin, I'm trading. You know, we were looking at, I was anyway. This is, man, this move here on the 3 hour, it's looking pretty nice. It's looking nice. As a possibility to break it. And this is an interesting thing. If you're looking to try to find something that's not up yet, that has the potential, like maybe Feathercoin might be something that might be like there's early goers and there's late goers, trying to find the late goers right now at this time, basically. I should be selling this pretty soon, but I think I'm trading this against Binance, though. And I don't have all the BNB exchanges up. A lot of them are just new anyway. I think it's either Binance or Bitcoin I'm trading against. Monero I'm trading against Bitcoin or the dollar. I think it's a Bitcoin. And it's going to need to break above that resistance there, but it's looking pretty good. I don't even know if I have this coin or not. I really don't. I might not. ZEC I'm trading against the dollar. Waves I'm trading against Binance Coin, I think. Although I should be trading it against Bitcoin against the on the Bittrex exchange, but whatever. Digital Note, I probably have it. I might have gotten out of this. I don't think so. I do have Poly against Bitcoin, so it's got a nice little pattern forming. I've already looked at ADA. Let's go Litecoin against Bitcoin. I mean, all these lines way up north just shows you this is still an amazing buy opportunity if this is the time to go. But I'd obviously be selling this a little higher. I'm trading Litecoin against everything but Ethereum right now. I don't know why I'm not trading this. I could, but I'm not. I should. I could be a poet too, but I'm not going to try. Bitcoin Cash CIS is interesting because I've been meaning to I haven't double checked my CIS trade. This is the only one I'm not really exactly sure if my orders are in line too well or not. Bitcoin Cash, I'm trading this against the dollar anyway. CIS coin, well, you know what? It makes sense because it's been just chopping around. I have my sell orders in place. I know that. What I meant is, did this market go down, and do I need? And so I don't think I have buy orders. That's what I meant by not in order. So that's no problem. Everything's in order now, other than not having possible buy orders in, which gets fixed if I get a sell order. Redcoin, I got a pretty good amount on, and it's not moving as volatile in the 3, but I'm looking at the 3 hours. So this has been just the last few weeks, a couple weeks or so. Binance Coin against the US dollar. It's at the upper end of this range, but doing well in the last 3 hours as well. I'm not in Dodgy. It's up to 41. It was down lower, I think, but I've been out of Dodgy for a while, so it's all good. I probably got it in the 50s or something. I'm not in it, though. I know that for sure. Komodo, I'm in it. It's been getting destroyed, but that's fine. I'm trading this against on the Binance exchange. I'm not in the Bittrex. SBD, I got this on some exchange. I think it's against Bitcoin. Veritcoin against Bitcoin. PivX, I think I got against Binance Coin. But these are markets here. They're just going sideways. Are these the late goers? Dash against Bitcoin. Of course, the US dollar, the markets where I show, like say, the ones against the dollar, they're going to do better because Bitcoin's going up against it. Civic has got a nice, interesting pattern. I'm trading this against Bitcoin. And it's got the nice little choppy action. So therefore, it's got the symmetrical shape in place, all these higher lows. We haven't been able to get anywhere near past this resistance. So it's got to make that D-Day decision. Again, is this a late bloomer or the crypto's going to go? If yes, you got to think that this thing is almost sure to have a relatively quick move. And like, you got to think, Now, at least to the 39, but conservatively, you got to think 33, 34 even as an area in which it would go to. Just going to finish this off quickly. EMC2. I mean, we're going worst. We're going best percentage gain to worst for the last, or since last night. The resist, I mean, this is a spot where if you want to make a day trade, I would not talk you out of going long on EMC2. Where you'd place a stop, maybe below the 18 at 1900, so you're looking at about 1,000 risk, 5%. You could even go more aggressive at about 1830, so now you're looking at about a 7-8% risk, even more aggressive than that below this low, or even down below this low at 1775, you're looking at about a 12% risk. Does the daily time frame support such a case? Yeah, I mean, it come up to the 18 average of highs in a couple of days of consolidating it, and you got to be thinking as far as an upside target's concerned, conservatively, well, we're at this level of support with a small pierce below. So no, I'm not saying come back to this level because it never really had a leg below it. Not big enough where it's like a failed breakdown look, which is exactly what you might want to go long on. So for me, I asked myself, I might add a small position into this, maybe. I'm looking for target next above. We're looking at, you know what, Fibonacci is the easiest calculation. 46, and what now would be adjusted down to that of, we'll just do 1740. Although, okay, this is getting slow because we're like an hour. Congratulations. Well, I should be stopping this soon. Basically, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to calculate. I'm going to take this low, take this high, probably calculate that this thing has got a target of about 2,500. So you're looking at a gain of about 20%. So it's got decent risk reward. I'm going to end the tape. This is basically an hour of me day trading. I'm not going to get this too often, but you did today. Congratulations. Thank you for all the comments, all the helping out in any of the forms that you can to make this channel thrive, and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.